Hey folks, and welcome to the Bulldog Show. The football team advances to the third round of the playoffs with a big win last Friday night over Robert E. Lee. Next Friday in Bulldog Stadium, the Bulldogs will host Tuscaloosa County. Stay tuned after the show for the replay of the Robert E. Lee game. Now here's Coach Spence McCracken and Mark Mitchell.
Good evening and welcome to the Opelika Bulldog Review. I'm your host, Mark Mitchell, along with the head football coach and athletic director here at Opelika High School, Coach Spence McCracken. The Dogs won their second playoff game, the 11th overall game against no defeats, coming back in great form, 21-17 over Robert E. Lee. We'll be back to talk to Coach McCracken and look at those highlights right after this short timeout. Welcome back. We're with Coach McCracken here, the football coach and athletic director at Opelika High School. Coach, I tell you what, buddy, congratulations. Big come-from-behind win, 21-17 over Robert E. Lee.
Oh, it's a great night tonight, Mitchell. Friday the 13th, we were just talking about, it's funny, you know, you mentioned, I'm going to have to ask our kids why they didn't come through the deal. And
well, what he's talking about is we didn't all run through the little banner that the cheerleaders had, and it kind of concerned me because I was like, nah, we always run through it.
you know, it's funny, a lot of things happen that game that have never happened. And Dallas Dorsey kicks off, and nobody's ready for him to kick off. First time that's ever happened. There's a lot of strange things happen on Friday the 13th, but the one thing that was not strange is that Opelika beat Lee. And Mark, I'm so proud of our kids and our coaches. And it's going to be Tuesday when the folks see this. Of course, we taping this, but when the show's over, we got to get back down to earth and get ready for Tuscaloosa County. But this is one that's going to put to rest. I think Greg Knight said it best. The Lee tradition, what Lee tradition?
That's right.
You know, but they do have a fine program, and I want to congratulate them on a great job. And I know we'll have many battles in years to come, but it's kind of even now. You know, Opelika, we're so good after the game to see so many happy Opelika people. Eddie Owen was telling me about the caravan going back, and said everybody had a ball going back to Opelika, and that was made my heart feel good. I got to go up in the stands and see a bunch of people, the ogle trees. I saw some people don't even have children on the team that were there, and a lot of faithful Opelika people. It was just a great night, Mark, and can't say enough about my coaches and a team that never quit, because we tried to give it to Lee, tried to give it to them 4 or 5 times. They wouldn't take it, and then I can honestly tell you this: I've never seen a game. A game's usually decided by 4 or 5 big plays. There was about 8 or 10 big plays in this game.
Really?
And as we get into the tape in a minute, I'll show you some places that when you go home you probably didn't even think about, but some people came up big for us to be able to beat Lee.
Well, I'll tell you what, Coach, the game, we had so much adversity in the game. Fumbles at the wrong time. I mean, it all started, we put together a great drive after we made them go 3 and out. We get short yardage, we put our short yardage team in, we pick the first down up. Kelvin's fighting for extra. You know, appears to get right down to the 1, and somehow, we'll see in a minute, sticks the ball out and it gets stripped for a fumble. And at that point, it seemed to just landslide. I think we went 3 straight possessions after that fumbling. And at halftime, we were only down 10-0, and Coach and I were talking upstairs. Larry Hicks came up there to talk to us on the radio, and everybody was looking at one another, and we were saying, we're okay, we're going to come back in the second half. But, you know, we come back to second half, we take a touchdown, like 3 plays straight down or a couple of plays straight down the field. We score a touchdown, we make it back a 3-point game, and then Durham Lee don't come back and drive it for a score. And I think you said in the paper, at that point, we could have quit. You even said it on a postgame show. We could have quit, but we didn't. We maintained composure, came back and held on at the end right there and won this football game. And I tell you, Coach, I know it's not over. We got 3 games left, but you have to be proud that your team finally, and really you've had I don't mean this ugly, but we've had the best of our opponents up to this point. We've won double digits all the way through until this game, and this was our closest game, and your kids, came through that, and I commend them for that, and your coaches.
Well, thank you, Mark. The defenses are going, like I said last week, the defense is going to start getting better, and you're not going to see as many offensive points produced as we go along. You're going to see 14-7 games, 21-14. You'll see a few shutouts. You won't see a whole lot because everybody gets better from this point on. But I think you saw 2 great teams battle it all the way to the end. Neither team quit. And I saw a lot of people at the Auburn game Saturday, and they said they'd never seen a better high school football game in their whole life. And it's great to say that about the state of Alabama, that we've got a situation like that where we can play a game and be able to have as many folks as we had come from Opelika and Lee people. Great night for football. I'm just very, very happy that we're still playing. We're very, very fortunate, but when you get this far, you got to have a little luck, and you got to do the right things. And there's a lot of things we're doing wrong that I'm going to show you in the film that we're going to work on this week, and hopefully we'll have those corrected by Friday night.
Well, I'll tell you, Coach, the Crampton Bowl officials told us Friday upstairs it was close to being, if not, the largest crowd they'd had there that year in high school sports this year. And I mean, there's no doubt we doubled the Lee crowd, Coach, and that's great. I mean, I tell you to go. You know, I only wish the game was here, but I'm kind of glad it was there.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, like, you know, I don't. Anytime you play in Bulldog Stadium, I play all of them in Bulldog Stadium.
Feels sweet winning up there.
Yeah,
but I tell you what, why don't we get into the film here?
Let's do it.
We can start this thing off right good here, and here we come now. And we don't completely
Friday the 13th,
yeah,
Mitchell.
That's right. And watch. It's just, see, now look. See what I mean? It's just not there.
Well, let me tell you something. I really don't. Yeah, they're not really jacked, are they? We didn't give a big post pregame talk, except they know it was on the line.
They knew it was busy.
You're right. That is not real fired up, is it? I'll have to get on them about that. There was one game, and now that's pretty fired up right there.
they were ready
Roy
to go.
Chambers went through there by himself one game earlier in the year.
Yes,
if
he
you remember.
did. Yes,
Probably
he did.
embarrassed everybody.
Well, here's our freshman kicker kicking off for us right here. He's done a great job with field goals. Hadn't kicked it quite as deep as you wanted to.
Mark Lee's kickoff return. They started at the 41-yard line. This is going in. We got a new. I'm not even going to tell you folks what we're going to do. But
That was a great
we got a
field position, Coach.
Yeah, and that's what I tell you something. These two little running backs of theirs, Bradford and Harmon, they're both seniors. Thank goodness. We should have got that fumble right there.
He pulled out without it.
Jason Maddox almost got it, but they were outstanding, about 175 yards rushing against us.
But they had great field position and didn't capitalize.
Yeah, I mean, look where the ball is. And, you know, Mark, when you get the ball down that far, it takes about a quarter to get it back unless you get a turnover. So we're saying, look where we start. Now, see, we start on our 25, and there's a lot of difference. Greg Knight almost broke this.
Right there. I mean, there's not much there except that one man.
And Greg, they got that winter ryegrass down there at the bowl, and we told them to make sure they got the correct cleats. We just missed
Right through a pulling guard.
we
there.
missed we had a pull check guy that didn't take care of his responsibilities, and we got sacked. We got to work on that. Our pass protection was not good Friday night.
Check the field position. They started at the 42 and now the 49 on our side of the field.
You're gonna check it all night, Mark.
I know, it's amazing.
And your chances to score great.
Great
LaMarcus
job, Ryan.
Ryle had 19 tackles in this football
Now watch,
game.
they go for a fake needing 10 yards. We read it perfectly. Willis made the tackle, I believe, right there.
He and Baggett, yeah, I believe Maddox.
This
and
is
him.
our good drive right here, Coach. Big
Al
right off the bat.
Al starts off, didn't have a real good night, but he starts off real good. Gets us a couple of traps up through there. And gosh, the big boy's running good. I'm thinking, boy, we're going to really, dominate right off the beginning. He runs a belly right there for 6 more, a power play.
We're just knocking him off the ball.
Corbett runs over this boy for about another 8-yard gain, and it was 3rd and 1, so we went heavy. And Kelvin,
fighting.
Mark, I want to tell you something though. I went back and looked at the film. His knees never hit the ground. He was laying on top of a guy, and as he went down, the ball went down. It was a fumble.
Definitely laying down. That's the
Yeah,
reason
he was.
It looked like
But
he was on the ground.
they
He
made
was
the
on
right.
top.
They made the right call.
But he almost scored.
Now we've got them backed up here, but not. They're gonna end up getting out of here, field position wise, in just a few minutes. We backed them up, and see when you get a team right here. So we got the ball at the
They had a
45,
great roll, Coach.
and then we're gonna fumble on the first play. We've got to learn to take care of the ball. Al just doesn't take care of the football. See, he reached for that ball, and I saw that go on the ground. I said, "Holy cow!" So they're right back where they started. See, they're doing the only thing that they can
In fact,
do to
they
really.
gained 48 yards, Coach.
Yeah, this little quarterback, I know this little kid. He's a good kid, a straight A student. Great job right there by Donald Johnson.
Donald,
Yeah, Donald comes in, he and Keon run that stunt together right there. It's a good sack, and we made them punt again. They're a very well prepared team, very well coached. They take a lot of pride, and so we've got 2 turnovers, and we just started. And let's play with number 3.
Right
Al
there.
went a little wide there. Corbett trying to hand it to him, couldn't get it to him.
Now
so-
they're on the 12, Coach. So look at the yardage in 3 series
Yeah, and
they picked up.
And we had the quarterback down on that play.
Yep.
and they take this one on in.
Coach, did you notice there were some late whistles in this ball game, but they kind of let them go for the final?
Yeah, there were 2 plays that forward progress was stopped, and they didn't call, which they should have.
And one of them resulted in their first down on the goal line.
Correct. If Corey doesn't slip here, he scores.
Yes, he does.
I mean,
gets in
he
the-
had
there was
a
big
ton
gap.
of, and he was upset about that. That's a little Parker kid who's just battling for everything he can get.
He's a sophomore.
We're on our 32. We're trying to get something going.
There's Larkins.
Trying to spring Corey loose on a little draw play. That was 3rd and 7. They whipped us those 3 plays, and we
But you
punt.
know, Coach, that's the furthest we've had the ball. I mean, you know,
Oh, I
really
know.
the whole night so far.
Travis,
With the exception of midfield.
Spriggs kicks it back down and see that the field position. Well, great play here. I want you to watch all the white shirts get out here. They should have called clipping here. We've got about 8 white shirts around the ball out there, and we made a big play there. There's that big Harmon boy. He's about 215, a Division I prospect. We didn't tackle very well. They're back in our field position, but you know, we're hanging in there. We're not breaking. They quick kick here, and they've only got 7 points, Mark, and you know, we feel real good about it. But so far we've had 3 turnovers, and we're only down 7-0. But look where we start, Mark. We're back on our 10, and Greg gets 6 on a speed sweep. We're trying to go outside a little more now.
There's another turnover right there.
And this was the 4th one. And
They're at our 15,
boy,
1st and 10.
You know, this drive right here is the one now that was the key.
Right.
They got it first down after this play. They've got it. Now this is the one I thought they should have
we
called
thought
down.
it was down, and
they
it
give him a
spurns
first
for a
down.
first down.
But Mark, we could have just done that old adversity mess and just quit here. But we held in there, and I want you to watch this. That was 1st and 8. Look at this great play right here. I mean, our kids are really lighting up. We hold them. Look where the ball is on 4th down. All they get is a field goal out of this, and it's 10-0 instead of 14-0. It makes a difference. If you remember the Lee team and Opelika teams that played at the halftime back in '91, the score was Opelika 14-0 at Lee. Brian made a great speech to the offense.
Coach, before you talk about that, watch this run right here. He almost scored.
Oh yeah, right before the half,
This
he
is right before
hurdles
half.
that guy.
Look at
and
this now. The kicker's the only man that can get him.
Sure
And
did.
he drags him from behind. I'll tell you, great job. But go ahead. I didn't
Corey,
mean to.
anyway,
Coaches did a good job. at
We talked. It's Greg Knight. You can say, Brian told the offense and Smitty told the defense, hey, let's just play our football game. And if he'd have broke that to the right, he'd had a little bit more.
Now look, we take over at midfield and watch how long it takes us to score, folks.
Great blocking by the whole front. Greg,
Just watch number 5. That's all I can
Greg
say.
really excited. And this is Corey here.
Yeah,
Corey
Corey.
runs
Yeah, this is
a
Corey's
little
run.
short sweep, little new play we put in. I mean, he gets off 2 or 3 and
Great extra effort.
buddy,
Look,
he is determined to get in the end zone, and Greg's going to score on this sweep right here. We run the regular sweep here. He turns it up, touchdown, and just like that, we're back in at 10-7. And again, like I said, the speech that Dallas kicks it through, the speech that Brian and them gave them was let's take care of ourselves and we'll be okay, and quit blaming each other.
10-7
So it's
here.
10-7, and Mark, where the kickoff doesn't go but they bring it to the 40, and so here we are back at midfield, and they really, LaMarcus Rowell goes out of the game right now
Yeah, he's
with
out
a
of the
helmet
game with a
problem.
helmet.
Now, buddy, this is the best football player you got, and he's over on the sidelines.
Jason Clark did a good job there.
Yeah, and he doesn't come back until this series is over. They can't get his helmet fixed, and I've taken care of that. That's the head coach's
I hope we
problem.
We need to buy some extra.
Yeah, well, we've taken care of that. We've got about 8 helmets now,
Good.
and that's something that I should have took care of. Could have got us beat. So it's 17-7. And look, they're fixing to put this thing out of sight.
Another fumble.
Keon fumbles here, and I thought Kelvin got it, but he didn't.
I did
And you're
too.
looking at them closing us out now if they get this one in. But I want you to watch our defense play. It's just like, they know it's on the line.
Look at them. Look at 8 white jerseys.
Oh, I know.
9
I
white
mean,
jerseys.
and here, and Lee's throwing their best stuff at us
Sure
right
they are.
here.
Great play here. Tackled 2 players.
Donald Johnson. The boy tries a 42-year field goals. He kicked a 50 this year. He's short.
Way short,
It's
too.
17-7, and
We
we're
got
back
the ball
in the
at the
game.
20-yard line now, Coach.
And Mark, we moved the ball somewhat. I think we make 1 first down, if I'm not mistaken. Greg fumbled that one and got it back. Golly, bum. That could have been disastrous if we wouldn't have got that one. But the kids hang in there. Look at the nice little trap by Parker. And we're going to get it back up there till about midfield. Mark, Corey on the speed sweep, and they know they're playing down 17-7, and we're gonna get to a point here and run a toss sweep right here, and some of the kids wanted to go for it.
Yeah,
A
it was
couple of
way too
coaches, I
early,
said, we're not
wasn't it,
going
Coach?
for anything.
Yeah.
We got plenty of time, and they stuffed us. Did
In
a
fact,
good job.
Coach Gore made the same
And-
comment you did. It's time to punt.
Oh yeah, Travis Spriggs punts them deep. Boy, we almost down. This was the best punt of the night, and they start at the 20, and this is going to be the big play in the game.
That ball like to went out of the 1 yard line.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
Watch the.
Now look at this now. See, the big Harmon boy comes back. Lee is a great football team. And he'll quit. And we just, but watch us start playing.
That's right. Watch the defense.
And here comes the third down play in just a minute. That is the biggest play of the game.
That's right. Watch this right here.
This is a great hit.
Watch this.
Bam!
That
That
hurt
is
me,
a set.
Coach.
Oh, Corey liked to tore him up.
Old Rod likes
and
it.
look at our kids, man. They're just excited. And watch what this does to the momentum of this football team.
Look at this.
Here
One
he
play.
goes, Greg
There he
Knight,
goes.
and
Look at that run. Is that not
but
remarkable?
that is great, and the kids are going crazy, and Otis is down there in
Otis
the
is
end
going
zone with
crazy down there.
17. And it goes from 17-7, could be 24-7 to 17-14, Mark, and 1:21 left in the quarter. And hey, Lee comes right back. But I want you to watch this series now. We
See how they
do a
let
good
them-
job
they
right
play.
here.
Look where they.
Melvin
they're
Cole
forward
came in
progress.
and played a little bit. And watch this. We've been worked on this route. Smitty's done a great job working this route. Him
Great
and Ashley
interception.
Johnson, Lamarcus Rowell, the big inside linebacker intercept. That's his first interception of the year, by the way. And we get it. And boy, the kids are just electrified. And now Lee, you know, they know that they can't go down. They can't get down. But they want to stay ahead. But we just keep working. There's Greg on the counter sweep right there. And we have a steady
all
little
those
drive
blockers,
here.
Coach, around.
Oh, I mean everybody, the whole front. You know, Preston, Owen,
I
all
saw
of them.
Alfredo giving the block.
Henderson, Moody, Thomas, Heath, the whole bunch. Duckworth, really coming in there, and Greg punches it in with our big team behind Justin Armstrong and Greg Holly, and it puts us in the lead. And you sit there and say, well, you've had 5 turnovers in your head. And so that was
our first lead of the game, Coach, in the fourth.
yeah,
quarter.
I understand that. I realize that. They try another boot pass in. They do a good job. And right along here, Mark, here they are driving again. There's no quit in them. They wanted to win this game as badly as we did. Their backs are running hard. And I went out there and told them, I said, boys, we're playing for the ring now. You know, you want to, and Corey, I don't know whether you know, but a couple of them said, Coach, they're not going to get in the end zone. And I just, you know, we just had a little old chat right there and told them this is the season right here, this drive. And they're going to go on and take it down. And we had a play here I'm going to show you. We did a great job out there on the corner, Willis and JR. This is a third down play right here. And I want you to watch this effort tackling this boy. It's 4th and 3.
4th and 3.
And they don't make the first down, but
Nope.
Lamarcus Rowell grabs his face mask. He doesn't mean to, but and Greg Knight knew it over there, and they got a first down at the 8. And you're going to see the greatest goal line stand in Opelika High School history right here. Look at that boy run, and you know who hit him? Greg Knight hit him at the
Greg
2-yard
Knight,
line.
sure did, sure
So they got it 2nd and goal at the 2.
Greg
They
got
hurt
hurt.
Greg. He comes out. Jason
Played just about every snap.
Jason Clark goes in, and I think his old buddies did that for him, buddy. I'm going to just tell you what. Here's the plays on the goal line. This is 2nd. Boom. Nothing. John Ton
not even
Duckworth.
close.
They all stuffed him up right there. This is 3rd down. This might be 4th down. I think this is 3rd down
Third
right
down,
here.
Coach.
If you notice, he had the ball in his left hand. The big hit was made by Jason Maddox right there to keep him from getting in. But watch J.R. Strickland
Look
come
where the
from
ball
up top.
is, Coach. It's on the
Oh, I know, and they gonna run the toss up top, and you see we ain't got anybody outside. Watch JR come inside, and the guy misses him, and he makes the tackle. And look at the watcher, and I want you to see a happy bunch of boys right here.
No. They say.
And you know, I heard Larry Gore right when this happened. Well, it's not over, and it surely
No,
wasn't.
that's right. In fact, he went right back. Now we now get our offense.
Well, look where we are, Mark.
And you know, we only have 10 people on this run right
I know, and we have no timeouts left.
Right.
I don't know whether you knew that or not.
I
I
did.
told Brian,
I
I
did.
said,
You took your last
Brian,
one.
you have no timeouts left. I told him that when they were on about the 10-yard line. I wanted him to realize that and get his plays in because I knew we could score kind of quick against these guys. A great job by
Watch this run right here. 22
good.
yards.
That's
here.
right.
Boom, boom. Nope. Boom.
Alfredo Parker, Dan Russell, Great block by
I tell you,
Dan.
Coach, he almost broke this thing right there. He almost went 98 yards right there.
Kelvin Henderson, all of them.
And the only way we get stopped is a chop block.
Well,
we fumble, but it goes out of bounds.
Fredo's got to learn to. They're going to strip that ball on you at the end of the ball game, so we got to work on that. That was not a very good call. That's the only call I didn't really like. Will did not. Well, that was not below the waist, but they called it. So we're going to try to run the clock out here.
Closing stages. When we punt to them, folks, they get the ball back with 65 seconds left.
I got to tell Travis to get back to 14 yards too. He's only lined up 12 yards deep. I got to teach the boy how to count real good here. That made me a little nervous when I saw that. But anyway, Travis gets it off. Matt Owen punts it down there. First play, we're in. Mark, that's not a prevent defense. That's our 4-3 defense.
Right.
And J.R. Strickland gets right in the right place, picks it off. That's his first interception of the year. And Corey and them are going crazy. And
you know what? The fat lady sings.
the fat lady is singing you right now. And of course, this is my favorite formation,
Yeah,
to kneel
take
them
a
down.
knee.
To kneel them down and take a knee. And I can't. I'm just beyond words about what this means.
And you know, not to interrupt you, Coach, this is what I think is so good. You have someone on your sideline keeping up with the time. It enabled us to run the clock on our last series before that one to wind it down. That's important in a close football game. But congratulations, Coach. Big win for you and your program right there.
Well, again, Mark, thank you so much. And again, you're seeing a bunch of happy kids, but we want to be, and again, I take my hat off to the Lee team. They, that's a proud tradition down there. They've won 10 state championships, and we haven't won any, and hopefully we're going to try to win one this year. But whenever you can beat a team like that, it's a great thing to do.
We'll be right back with more. Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to keep. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Wally. Have some more footage.
Yeah, we got down here on the sideline. We got a little sideline action. We did my daddy's fight song down there, and we got a team by golly, and we're going to work and fight and win. And the kids are really, you can just see a bunch of happy Bulldogs down there, knowing they're going to practice this week and have another week to play. And they went over there and saw their fans, I believe, when we got through, and it was just a great win for Opelika. There's Roy Chambers, and Mark, to be there's Corey right there, Corey Badale, who coaches with Carlos Johnson.
Still over there, Coach.
Yeah, look at our crowd. Absolutely awesome.
Okay, we'll be back with more with Coach McCracken and myself right after this short message. Bulldog Review. Coach, I'm going to put Lee in the back burner now. We beat him the last 3 times.
Need to put Lee in the back burner. That's
over.
over.
Give a stat out, though. You know, for years, I sat here and as a young person growing up, before I went on the radio, back when I was a junior in high school, we used to see Lee come up here, and Kenny Simon, those guys used to beat us 35.
I coached that team,
Now,
Mitchell. I was assistant
I
coach.
didn't want to throw that out.
When Coach Gore was the head
That's
coach.
exactly right.
I hate to say that with
reflection
Coach.
on Coach Gore.
I
at
love
all,
Coach.
but
Coach
I
Gore's
love
my
him.
main
There
man.
you go. I know you do. But it feels so good to be able to say that we beat them 3 in a row, and 2, as some people say, in their own gym. So 2 at Crampton
Right.
Bowl this year. It's very special. Didn't want to, and I'm going to put that away, and we're going to talk about Tuscaloosa County.
Let's do it.
The defending 6A
Hey,
champions. Tell us about
Folks, I'll tell you, I'll take this ring off and just tell you that they got one of these.
They sure do.
They won one last year. I watched them beat Benjamin Russell High School. They had a great football team. Their quarterback's back, Bobby Moore. And the head coach's name is Bobby Moore. It got nothing to do with Bobby Moore and the Rhythm Aces.
That's his son, though.
That's right. That's right. But they've got a great football team. They've lost a few games at the end of the season this year, but they're big and strong. They run the ball extremely well. They play ball takeaway just like Central Tuscaloosa does, and Valley, the Valley kind of offense. Keep it away from you. Good running defense, good kicking game, well coached. We'll dress out about 98 players, and so we got our work cut out for them. You know, they are the state champions right now, and they will be until somebody beats them. So 7:30 Friday night at Bulldog Stadium. A couple of changes, Mark. Tickets will still go on sale at the same place, OA Sports, Anders Bookstore Wednesday, but tickets are $5 instead of $4. Tickets for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th round games are $5. So you get your tickets early because they are going to shut the stadium down when they fill it up. I've been told that by Mr. Hicks. The stadium will open at 5:30 for the 7:30 kick.
Good deal. Just want to say the 4 losses that Tuscaloosa County received. 3 of them are still in the playoffs.
That's correct.
The 4th one was Central Tuscaloosa, who just lost.
right.
So
The
it tells you
combined-
a little bit about there.
That's right. The teams that they've played that are that beat them have a total of 5 losses.
So that tells you a
They've
little
played
bit about.
real fine football teams, Mark.
So it's 7:30 kick at Bulldog Stadium. For those of you that can't attend, may work or whatever, you can tune it in on the kicker starting at 7 o'clock with
And Mark,
Coach's pregame show.
I can say this without reservations because you need to know the people of Opelika do. If we are fortunate enough to win this week, the next game is going to be in Mobile.
Right.
So if you want to go ahead and make reservations, it will either be at Pritchard Stadium in Viger, unless he decides to play at Ladd Stadium. If Viger wins, and I think he would want to play at Ladd Stadium. If Alma Bryant wins, I can guarantee you the game will be in Bayou La Battery, Alabama, which is 30 miles south of Mobile. And so you better go on and get some reservations in Mobile.
Say that again.
Bayou La Battery, the home of
Bayou
Forrest
La
Gump.
Battery. How about
It's
that?
down there below Mobile. Don't call me for directions because I'm not giving anybody directions until we play Tuscaloosa County and win the football game.
That's right.
So anyway, I wanted to give you that advance notice just so you know.
Good deal. Coach, let's go back over some corporate sponsors that we've left out, the final third of the 3/3 that we've read. O&A Sports, Eric Fuller and his daddy owned it now, Tim Gore, and the Hamiltons
right.
have taken that over.
Boy,
so
they've got some great outfits down
Yes,
there.
they
You go down there and get you some Opelika shirts and everything to wear.
OA Pest Control, I know he's a big band follower, helps the Bulldogs out there.
Yes, sir.
Big football. Mr. Brasher, Dennis, appreciate him. Lynn. Ogie's Phenamart, the big O.
I get more
What a
gas
family.
down there and drink that coffee down there. Ogie's got a bunch of little things that you can buy down there, and I've seen a lot of people shop. Got 2 places in Opelika, doesn't it?
That's exactly
The
right.
FINA
That's
and the,
that's
LECO.
Exactly right. LECO, that's exactly right. Opelika Industrial Development Authority, and we appreciate everything they've done for us. Opelika Lions Club, of course, they control the concession stands at Bulldog Stadium, and we appreciate them helping. Opelika Metal Fab, now that's a new one to our list, and Coach and I went and sat down with those nice folks there, and we really appreciate them for joining up. and
They are good bunch of folks.
good people. They're the ones that's building a museum, Mr. Mann's museum out on.
Mr. Mann, and that's going to be a beautiful
It
place,
really
folks.
is.
And
It really is. We saw some of the creatures ourselves.
big bears and all kinds of stuff out there. Beautiful animals.
Orthopedic clinic, who Dr. Hillier and Dr. Watley come to. In fact, Dr. Hillier was at the game Friday in his trench coat.
That's right. Take
little
care of all
hat.
your bones. And Dr. Thomas
Watley,
is
that's-
out
that's
there. I
right.
got my dog from.
There you go. And we appreciate Marion Fuller, the administrator, for supporting Opelika. Parks and Recreation drop in, Reddy Reed Pope, and all the good folks over there at the rec department.
Bill
Sam
and Sam, they
Reed.
do our football youth
That's
program.
right.
Tommy Agee, what a great
Tommy,
group.
good group,
Great
good group. Excuse me. Pepper Point Texaco, they've been with us for several years now, out there on the Pepper Parkway next to Lowe's, and good people there. Peterson Williams Funeral Home, Bertie Peterson and her husband, super people. Miss Bertie is a board member for the school and big supporter of Opelika. Professional Car Care, let me go. Yeah, the Professional Car Care changed hands, and Jeff Leonard has that now, and
Jeff does a great job with that too. Tommy had it. And
that's right.
Jeff has it, and they keep the Bulldog truck clean
There
for
you
us.
go.
And they do a good job with your car.
Precision Glass, Kenny Prescott.
Kenny
and Alan
Prescott.
Wright, good people down there.
Also
Kenny
coaches for
There
me.
you go, help coach the junior high team. Price Communications Wireless, and for those of you that don't know who that is, that's Cellular One. So
That's right.
It took us a while to realize that, but
Adrian Yance.
Adrian Yance was our big helper there. Quantigy, all the nice folks at Quantigy that helped us
I
out.
think Buster Daniels' sister works
Right,
out
his
there.
sister works there. R&L Trucking, we appreciate you and I went
That's
out there
Stan and Leslie Melton, my next
sat
door
down with the
neighbors.
Meltons
and have Ingram and Bartley, and Stan's a big Bulldog supporter. We
exactly
appreciate
right.
him. Good
That's-
golfer too.
Rayner Sears Van Dyke, attorneys at law, and that was one that
Those
you
two
didn't-
fine ladies called
Great
me during
ladies,
the
that's
summer
right, that was
and
right.
said, "Coach, we want to be a corporate sponsor. They're located out there by the across from the
Justice
Justice Center, and need some law help. Call them."
That's right. I missed that appointment, but you handled that for
They
us.
did good.
Robinson Humphrey Company, man, what a super people there. A good friend of yours of mine, and his son has a son, and hopefully he'll play
Absolutely.
with us soon.
Johnny
hopefully.
Simmons, great friend. I saw him at the Auburn game Saturday, and Jeremy was with us at one time, and hopefully we're going to get him back
Hopefully
one day.
we will. Ryder Trucking, Coach and I went and sat down with those fine folks out at Flowers Baking Company and the the trucking part that's hooked up with that. Sage Technologies, and I saw Dave Fox. before the
Dave
game.
Fox, my next door neighbor, I'm
Coach-
proud to say.
Coach, he hollered at me at Crampton Bowl, had his dog hat on, his rain suit, and I was so happy to see him. He had made the trip up and was just thrilled at
Brings
how-
his grandchildren
That's right,
and everybody
that's right.
else with him.
Saxon Oil Company, another great BP stations in town, big supporters. You and I went and saw
That's
her
right.
sit down with the owner, super lady. Security Central of Opelika, Bo Ogle and his family, and all the fine folks there that they've been with us for the duration. Sign Up, which is a new company that we got in that certainly we're proud to have them.
One of our future
Future
quarterbacks,
maybe.
Daddy.
That's right. Smith T Hardware used to be Winston Senior used to be a board member. In fact, when
right.
I first started, he was the chairman of the board, and we talked to him on the radio. And his son Dozier is working down there and signed up with us to be a corporate
Bought my
sponsor.
first piece of hose I ever bought in Opelika
On
4
Smith
years
T.
ago
Hardware.
from down there.
That's
Sure
right.
did.
Southern Insurance, Mr. Jerry Ray and Brian Ray and Homer McCullum. Boy, I tell you, Jerry's a good person. He and his family, we appreciate. They've been with us for the duration.
Long
Coach.
time.
South Trust Bank, they have been with us for the duration as well.
Sure have.
Great people there at the bank. Dr. John Stewart, I tell you what, a good man. The
Takes
daughters
care
were
of my
here.
wife
That's
and
right.
me, and had a daughter here,
Everybody,
and
really.
boy, a good man. Big flyer too.
Really is super clean. Boy, they'll do a jam-up job for you. We appreciate those folks down there. He'll do a little auctioning. Randy Price will do a little
Right.
auctioning for you. TR Motors, Terry Ratcliffe. Coach and I went and sat with him, located right down across from the back
Right.
of the post office,
Right.
and has a nice business there. Tab Textiles, Margaret Askew, Rusty Langford. Appreciate everything Margaret does
Margaret
for
does
us.
a lot
Yes,
for
she
us.
does. Dr. James Tatum, dentist here in Opelika. I'll give you credit for that one, Coach.
My dentist, that's
Give you
right.
credit.
Dr. Tatum, good man.
TCI of Lee County, that's makes this show possible by putting it on their cable show. We appreciate them. Thornton Animal Hospital, Bruce Thornton, he's been in it for the duration and big supporter, has some future cheerleaders and all coming up. Thrifty Portable Buildings, the Pritchetts that we went and sat and talked with. Big Don, a former Bulldog, and enjoys coming to the games. Twin City Meats, Elton and Larry Humphreys always help us with our banquets and so forth. Tyler's Restaurant, Bradley Bowling, all the fine 3 locations of Tyler's here in Opelika, and really one of our, and not to single out one more than the other, but one of our biggest contributors year in and year out is Uniroyal Goodrich Employee Advertising. Sydney Long, Donna Potts, super people. I tell you, everybody.
Yeah,
at Uniroyal.
Sydney fed those kids
That's
about
right.
350 pieces of chicken
That's right.
out there at the Elks Lodge last week.
That's exactly
And we really
right.
appreciate him.
Victory Engraving, that's Tim Gore and his wife have that business. And
Betsy, I want
go ahead.
to say Betsy furnishes trophies for our kids every time we win, and we're going to bankrupt her hopefully.
Yeah,
We get
hopefully.
another one this week.
And Wholesale Mattress, they've been with us throughout the duration. They have 2
Sure have.
locations in Opelika and Auburn. If you need a bed, go by there and see those folks. But
And
those
Mark,
are
I
corporate
surely-
sponsors.
That's
Coach.
right,
Go ahead.
and I surely hope next year we can
have-
double that list.
That's exactly
Like,
right.
A lot of you folks, I still don't know. I've been here 3 years. I can barely get my way around Opelika, but I'm learning my way around the city. But and so next year, let's see if we can double that list, Mark Mitchell.
That's exactly right. I tell you, Coach, to tell you a little bit about corporate sponsorship, you get advertisements in our program, not only on the show, but in the program. You get tickets to our football games, and I tell you, with the way things are going now, it's going to be very important
Hey.
with tickets. And if you want good seats, so we have the season ticket holders, and we have corporate sponsors, and I tell you, corporate sponsors have gotten so big, we're taking up the remainder of the seats. So it's going to be important one day
That's right.
to be a corporate sponsor. And you also get passes for our basketball games, baseball games. Saves the family a lot of money in the long run, and it helps the program here mainly. It helps these kids. We put over $52,000 into the athletic department alone. We bought the championship rings at $3,000
Sure did.
for
I
the
was gonna
track.
mention that.
We've given the whole athletic department right at $19,500, and then we still have around $20,000 to spend on sports here over and above that. So that's
Good.
just not many places can say that, Coach, and I'm proud
That's
to
right,
say
Mark.
that.
Absolutely.
Not many places,
Without-
if any, can say what we just
Without
said.
doing any fundraising.
That's right. There's no fundraiser. We don't have any raffles. We don't have drawings. We don't have any of that. That's it. Corporate sponsors is what has made, besides the taxpayers' dollars and people coming out on Friday
right.
night, but that's what's made this program, and we appreciate it.
And
Coach,
if any of you corporate sponsors get called by anybody about fundraising or anything else besides for Mark or myself or the high school,
It's not
you
true.
call me at 2 o'clock in the
That's
morning
right.
and we'll take care of it,
We'll
because
take
that is
care of
not supposed to happen.
that's exactly right. Coach, congratulations again. I know it's
Mark, thank you. And
11th win of the year, no losses. I mean, it's You know,
I know, and folks, when y'all watch this game in a minute, you're gonna just go sit back and watch this whole thing because it's one like you never gonna see before. But listen, I'll tell you, like I told my coaches, this one's over, and we got to have you at Bulldog Stadium. Let's not be satisfied with the second round. Opelika's never gone past the third round
what I was gonna
in the
say.
history of the school. So, hey, you know, if you're gonna live on the earth, let's make some history.
That's right.
So let's get past the third round and get ready to go to Mobile.
One more thing, Coach. When y'all came into the stadium the first playoff game against Carver, the stands were already full. I know that means a lot to you.
It's
And
got
folks,
to be.
No reserve seats. Remember, 5:30. Get in there. Bring hot chocolate if it's cold.
That's right.
Get in your seats with your goodies. Spread
Bulldog,
out. eat.
Bulldog walk at 6:40.
Okay.
Bulldog walk at
Good luck to you,
6:40.
Coach. All right.
Thank you, Mark. Thanks again for everything y'all have
And
done.
we'll be right back here at the same time, same place. Appreciate you watching, and for all the Bulldogs, good luck to all the Bulldogs this week. Want to say good luck to the Notasulga Blue Devils, Coach.
Absolutely,
Ronnie
Ronnie Sykes. What a great guy, and
Super guy.
his football team's 12-0
right.
undefeated. I hope they go all the way. Ronnie's a good friend of mine, and good luck to Notasulga.
Me too. A lot of Langfords on that team, and I wish them only 2 teams in this area that are left in the playoffs.
That's right.
and maybe both of us could be in Birmingham. For Coach McCracken, good night, everybody. I'm Mark Mitchell. Thanks for watching.
That's all for this week, folks. Now here's the replay of the Robert E. Lee game.